spare tire's gone. Half my straps are gone. My big bar that sits here to tighten the straps is gone. All my chains and binders are gone. At least I got the trailer back. So last week somebody stole this trailer from me. And I was lucky enough to get it back. So what happened was I had somewhere to be after hours. I couldn't meet a customer here, so I let them into the yard. That's a power gate that opens and closes. They looked at this truck, decided it wasn't for them, and then they left. And I just told them after 3 minutes that gate closes automatically, so don't worry about it. He called me a few minutes later and said the gate didn't shut, but I figured he hadn't waited the full 3 minutes, so I didn't think too much of it. But the next morning I came here, and this trailer was gone. Actually, what I noticed first was I was coming down that road way over there, and I saw a trailer identical to mine dropped on the side of the road with the jacks all the way up and the hitch almost touching the growl on the road. And I looked really close and I went, man, that sure looks like my trailer, but it just doesn't make any sense. Why would it be way over here? So I came over here to the yard, and the gate was open and the trailer was missing. So I realized it was definitely my trailer. Went back there to take a look, and yeah, so sure enough, these jacks were fully retracted. This part all the way up to there, and then the drop legs were all the way up too. Sitting a couple miles down the road, and I had probably 8 chains, I think 9 chains actually, and 4 binders in here, like the ratcheting binders. Those are gone. I had a new spare tire on a dually rim, that was gone. And they took my bar I had like this, and a bunch of my straps. They left a few straps, and I had a few more, so I threw a few more in here. But I had like 10 straps here. So this guy, I was trying to do the math, it's at least $1,000 worth of stuff. I mean, that spare tire on the dually rim was over $300. The binders, the chains, the straps, the bar. But still none of it made any sense. So I was trying to figure out why the jacks would be fully retracted. So what I did was, a friend of mine owns a building just over there with some security cameras. So we back at his footage, and it's really not clear, so I'm not going to show the footage. It's kind of hard to tell, but from that far away. But what happened was he had a white F350 similar to mine, but he didn't have a fifth wheel hitch as far as we could tell. So maybe he thought this was, like from the factory, these are gooseneck trailers, and then there's a ball in the truck, and then the hitch goes over the ball, kind of like a normal hitch in the back of your truck. But I don't like those, so I converted this to fifth wheel so I can have the same hitch as my camper and everything. And if we have to, we could tow it around with like a semi with that kind of hitch. So anyway, it seems like this guy, I mean, the truck was probably stolen, so he didn't seem to care too much about that, I guess. Seems like he just hooked this on his tailgate and thought he could steal the trailer. And when he hit the first big bump down the road, that road's really rough, it came unhooked. And because these drop legs were all the way up, there was no way, he could spin the jacks all the way down, but with those drop legs up, there was no way it was getting anywhere near back to the height of his truck. So it was just kind of like nosedived onto the ground. So what I did was I took the loader over here, threw the bucket on it, and then just scooped this from the front and brought it back. It's my first time. I'm going to tow it today, make sure everything works. But yeah, I don't understand people stealing things. I guess here in Manitoba, they'll steal a trailer like this, and then they'll go to the, well, actually I'm just seeing a little bit of damage damage here right now. This wasn't like that before. Wonder how he did that. I had just painted this trailer and got new decals and everything, but what they can do is they can go to the insurance broker and say it's a homemade trailer. You know, they'll peel the VIN off, they'll take the decals off, and they'll just say that they just built the trailer themselves, and they'll give you a new VIN number and let you insure it, and then you can sell it right away. So lots of people are stealing trailers like this and doing that. So that's a bit of a problem around here. And also the local police, the RCMP, don't seem to care too much. The truck's really unique. That stole it anyways is a white F350, similar to mine, but it's got a little bit of a lift kit. It's got aftermarket fender flares on it, and it's got the truck's white, but he wrapped his hood black, so it stands out really pretty good. He's got a big slip tank in the back. His tailgate's all damaged. And there's actually a video of him stealing a trailer from a friend of mine a couple weeks ago too. So it's the same truck. The plates are stolen, so it doesn't do us much good. But yeah, anyway, when I came here the next morning, the gate had not shut and the breakers were blown on it. So, I mean, it's done that a few times. If it's windy, sometimes like the motor on the gate will sense resistance when it's trying to close, and it'll think it's hitting something, so it'll pop the breaker off. Maybe that's what's happened. It happened when there was snow up against the gate a couple times last year, so I don't know, anything's possible. But yeah, that's how my trailer got stolen, and that's how I got it back. And I looked into it. Current replacement value on this right now is like, it's almost $30,000 for a new tri-axle with 310s under it, just like this. And I bought this thing used and had it painted and fixed it all up. I'm planning on replacing the deck probably later this year. Just getting some holes in it. But anyway, the thing is, our local insurance company only pays you for what you paid for the unit. So I wouldn't be able to replace it for what they'd give me for it. So that would have been really bad. So what I've been doing is taking that loader bucket over there and dropping it in front of this, make it harder to steal since then. I just moved it because I got to go use this trailer today. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. Here's what the fifth wheel hitch looks like if you're curious. So see that little plastic cover down there? Typically there'll just be a ball in there, similar to this. And then people will use them as a gooseneck style, but fifth wheel is much easier. As you back up, it just guides itself in, and then you just have to drop that handle in and put a little pin in. So it's really easy, whereas the gooseneck, you'd have to lay down in the bed under the trailer, basically. I mean, sometimes you can get it from there, but and you'd have to hook that ball up and put a pin in and slide the slider, and if you have a gooseneck, then you need chains. So in these two slots, hooks go, and then you'd have to hook up your chains. But with fifth wheel, you don't have to use your chains. So yeah, it's really frustrating. Definitely better this way. But yeah, that stuff drives me nuts. I've had lots of theft over the years, but this is the first theft at this yard. I used to be the other side of the highway way over there, and they would come and steal the batteries at all the trucks. So, you know, I would have 5 to 10 trucks with 4 batteries. It would get really expensive really fast. $150 per battery it costs to replace. And these guys would just take them to the scrapyard, and they would just get scrap value for them. So about $10 a battery is all they'd get. But they've gotten lazy, the thieves, so taking the batteries out is a lot of work. They haven't been doing that much lately. They stole fuel from me over the years. All kinds of stuff. Snowmobiles, quads. They stole all my tools when I was building my house. They cut the doors off the trailer. So yeah. Gotta do something about the theft around here. The police are too busy giving out tickets for people talking on the cell phone while they drive. I guess that's more important to them. Anyway, that's my excitement. You got the gate fixed. Trailer's back. Seems okay. I'm gonna go use it today, and I'm just happy I still have it. That would have been bad. Can't go anywhere this way. Can't go anywhere this way with the loader bucket here. It's hard to go that way with the loader there. Hopefully it's still here tomorrow.